Good morning, darling.
Jason?
Good morning.
You're up bright and early. The first one down.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's lovely to have you to ourselves for a few moments. How are you feeling?
Not bad.
Oh, after all the lectures you've given me about consuming saturated fats, huh?
Why should I care what you eat?
Well, I'm delighted that you have an appetite, dear. But do save some room for the oatmeal, because I asked Cook to prepare it just the way you like it, with raisins and currants and cracked dates and cinnamon.
That mess was someone else's favorite, not mine. Will you just leave me alone?
Jason, there's no reason to be rude to it. Hey!
Oh.
Jason, you have to be more careful. That was one of Mother's favorite vases.
Well, I'm sure it can be replaced.
The vase is completely beside the point. But no one speaks to your grandmother like that. I won't stand for it.
Edward, please don't make a fuss. I understand that Jason's not quite himself.
I don't give a damn who he is or how he got that way. He will show you some respect. Now, I want an apology directed to your grandmother, and I want it right now.
Edward.
Father, now's not the time.
The rules of decency and respect do not change because he has had an injury. Now, I am waiting, my boy.
Mother, I'm sorry.
Alan, don't you apologize.
Absolutely not.
Jason, it's I who should be sorry for adding to your troubles here. All these expectations must be a dreadful burden.
I don't think that mollycoddling's the answer either.
We do understand how difficult this is for you, and I hope that you understand how difficult it is for us.
See, Jason, we're all having to relate to you in a completely different way now.
Which doesn't preclude apologies when they're called for. I'm still waiting.
I didn't mean anything.
I suppose that will have to do for now.
It's all right, Edward. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Well, now that that's over, let's have some breakfast.
What do you mean over? Nothing's over. I drive you nuts and you do the same to me.
Look, Jason, I know that we seem impatient with you.
How can you seem anything when I don't know how you're supposed to be?
Well, we were hoping that you were getting to know us.
I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But every time I open my mouth, that's what I do.
Well, we know it isn't your intention.
You see, we're just getting used to each other again, and if we scrape each other's feelings, so what? It doesn't matter. What does matter is that you're alive and you're getting well.
When are you gonna get the message? You were not talking to Jason, you're talking to me. See? Did it again and I wasn't even trying.
Jason, we do understand your frustration.
Of course we do.
Then why the hell can't you back off?
You listen to me, you little mutt.
Stop it, Edward. Maybe it's time we listen to Jason. Look, a lot has been said about our expectations of him. But we haven't asked him what he expects of us, so you tell us, Jason. How do you want us to treat you?
Like a grown-up, for starters.
Then act like one.
Father, please don't aggravate the situation.
The boy might blow again.
We hear you saying that you want us to treat you with respect.
I hear you sounding like Psych 101.
But don't you realize that when you remember something like that, it's a sign that you're on the road back?
Psych 101 is something Ned says. I do not remember. You don't get that, do you? Suppose I don't want to remember. What if I don't want to be the way he was?
I don't think you can be clear about what you want.
You don't get to make that judgment. That judgment happens, like it or not, in here. Bruised and battered as it is my brain, and it's trying to figure out who I am.
In other words, you don't want our help.
You want the truth? I don't want a damn thing to do with any of you.
I assure you the feeling is likely to be mutual unless you learn to behave with common courtesy.
Oh, please, all of you.
Wouldn't it be a lot easier on everybody if I would just blow out of here?
No, Jason.
Is that an order?
Yes. And not from me or your father. From your doctors. Normally, when you left that hospital, you would have gone into a rehabilitation center until you got your strength back. The reason they allowed you to come here is that we have the facilities. We have a pool, we have a gym. We can handle your balanced meals, your structure.
Think of it as a 4-star rehab. And you're making amazing progress.
But you're not there yet. Now, doesn't it make sense, rather than risking your health, that you just put up with us a little longer until you can get back up to speed?
In other words, till Jason is his old self again. What if your Jason doesn't make it back? What if he's dead and you're stuck with me?
No, I am not without sympathy. And yes, I'm aware of the cause. You let me tell you something. If your son ever causes your mother that kind of pain again, he is going to be out of this house faster than a speeding bullet.
Why don't you just go and check and see how she is?
That's what I intend to do.
Well, we knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Maybe we're going about this the wrong way, Alan. Maybe we should make more demands on Jason, not fewer.
Monica, didn't you just hear him beg us to back off?
He did not beg, Alan. He demanded. We can't let him go around acting like a spoiled brat. He needs structure, not freedom to just do whatever he likes.
He doesn't know what he likes, Monica. He needs the freedom to find out.
Well, not at everybody else's expense. No, I think we can just give him some basic code of conduct.
I don't agree. Jason isn't so much a child as a lost soul. And if we come down too hard on him, Monica, we could lose him for good.
And where would he go? What would he do out in that world in his condition? Now, you see, all of his frustrations have just added up to one major attitude problem.
It's true. He's insolent on the one hand and totally innocent on the other.
So maybe we can just give him some guidelines as to the ways of the world. You know, he doesn't have a clue about social interaction. I think he probably thinks that's some secret code.
Well, he learned what the signals were once. He can learn them again. Maybe all he needs is just some time and space.
I hope you're right. I hope it is just that simple. Because right now, I feel like I'm walking in a minefield. Something could blow at any minute, and there is nothing I could do to stop it.